Hey, in this video we're going to go over everything you need to know for the Year 8 topic of legal, ethical, cultural and environmental issues. It'd be useful if you're familiar with the Year 7 unit of legal and ethical issues first, but as always I'll put the timestamps here, and if you're watching on YouTube I'll put them in the description below so you can skip to whatever bit it is you need. Legal issues or laws. So if these are broken, you could face jail time or a fine. Phishing is when criminals send out emails or text messages claiming to be a well-known business. They might ask you to reply to the email with a password or with your PIN number. You should never ever give out your PIN number, security code or passwords via email. Companies will not ask for this information. So if you get an email asking you to input this data or reply with this data, it is probably a criminal trying to scam you. Pharming is when fake websites are created to steal data. So what a criminal will do is they might create a website that looks identical to Amazon, except if you're really careful and you're looking at the website address, maybe something isn't quite right. Maybe they've put 2 N's in there. You type in your username and password, you click to log in, and then it might redirect you to Amazon. But what you've actually done is just sent the criminal your Amazon username and password that they can then use to log into your Amazon and make loads of purchases. You should always be really careful that you're typing in your username and password on a website that is verified. You should make sure that the website address at the top is correct and that the little lock icon is there to make sure it's secure. Another thing to look out for is that it says HTTPS. The S stands for secure. This means that any information you enter into that website will be encrypted before it is sent out. Hacking is when you access a computer system without permission. You could be hacking somebody's bank account to try and steal their money, or you could be hacking the computer just to steal files. If you're using a computer without permission and you're doing anything on it, so that could be changing files, or deleting files, or creating new files, that is illegal if you don't have permission to be doing it. Ethical issues are issues that aren't illegal, so you're not necessarily going to get fined or sent to jail, but they can be questionable. So people might be uncomfortable with people doing these things. Data mining is when data is analysed to look for patterns or new information. This could be done, for example, by looking at your previous search history and using this to formulate a plan as to what kind of advertising would be useful to get you to buy more things. Automation is the use of computer-controlled devices to give control of processes. So this is where the computer does something automatically that maybe used to be a human's job. The problem with automation is that it's going to mean that some people can't do these jobs anymore because the computers can do them instead. The positive is computers are less likely to make mistakes and they can run 24/7. So if, for example, Amazon decided to run all of their packing from the warehouse, so instead of humans going round and picking up the stock and putting it into boxes to be sent out, robots could do this job instead. Robots will be much faster at doing this job, they will be less likely to make a mistake, and robots can also work 24/7 without having a break. They also don't need to be paid. The problem with this is all of those people whose job used to be picking stock from Amazon now don't have a job. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is the creation of intelligent machines that work and react like humans. The traditional computer can't learn for itself. If you think as a human how you learned, for example, to walk, you were watching people walking, you'd try to pull yourself up, you'd probably fall down, but you wouldn't just give up and think, oh, that's it, I'm stuck crawling for life. You would keep trying until you managed to do it. One way we can try to make computers smart is by doing the same thing. So computers can be shown lots of examples of art, and then they have to have a go at making the art themselves. And they use all of these files as reference to try to put something together that looks similar. The problem with this is that the code required to make computers smart is very complicated. And there's also a concern that once computers can think for themselves, maybe they might decide we don't need humans anymore. Another problem with AI is it will put more people out of jobs. Cultural issues are behaviours and attitudes that have changed as a rising technology. So for example, people nowadays take a lot more selfies. It's completely normal now to take pictures of yourself, whereas 15 years ago it was seen as being a little bit weird. As we get more and more technology, as technology becomes more and more embedded in our society, our culture will change to meet these demands. One of the biggest problems we're currently facing is people's social well-being. Social well-being is how well you feel that you fit in with those around you. So a lot of people feel pressured to keep up to date with things on social media, but a lot of people on social media post edited pictures or very, very specific things that maybe don't actually represent their full life. A lot of people can see people posting their amazing lives on social media and it makes them feel worse about their own. Environmental issues are ways that technology is impacting the environment around us. E-waste is discarded computer materials. So every time you buy a new device, the old device can be chucked away. You shouldn't chuck old technology in the bin, it should be recycled. Old technology, if it ends up in landfill, can end up polluting the rivers and the soil around it, which can lead to problems with the wildlife. Another solution is to donate your old technology to be given to those people who, due to the digital divide, don't have access to the most up-to-date technology. Another problem with us constantly wanting to buy new technology is we're going to use up raw materials. Raw materials are the basic materials from which the product is made. Now, computers are made up of lots of different raw materials, but some of them are running out. So once we run out of these raw materials, we're going to have a problem because new technology won't be able to be made. A solution to this would be to recycle your e-waste with a company that will specifically take out these raw materials so that they can be reused.